Hi, you're here with Darren Friendly from Vintage King Audio and Fady Hyatt from SSL. We're here to talk about the SSL Matrix today. Thanks for taking the time today to sit down with us. The console looks great. Tell me what led you guys to build the Matrix and what really went into developing this product?
Well, the Matrix started out as a lot of feedback from our customers who we've demoed, for example, our AWS 900 and 900 Plus. They've asked us for several things that they would like in a console. Those customers primarily work in the DAW.
Right.
So
like a lot of people today.
A lot of people today, exactly. And they also have a lot of outboard gear.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're finding is, although you can do quite a lot when it comes to inserting outboard gear, it's often very difficult and practically difficult to recover those projects and make quick changes,
Right.
and just have the same advantage plugin instantiated on a channel. You would have that same exact advantage with a piece of hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these clients have hardware. They've got a digital audio workstation. They want to try to get both things working beautifully together.
Right.
And they also understand that analog summing and analog routing has a lot of dynamic advantages, a lot of quality advantages.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did is we went back to the drawing board and we took a lot of our technology, our super analog technology, for example. We took our control surface know-how and we decided to put together a small form factor version of our large console.
When you look at it, it really appears to be a control surface with a few analog knobs, but it's a lot more. Where does the analog portion start and stop? Where does the digital start and stop? And what integration is there between the two?
That's one of the difficulties about explaining the product, is that you look at it, that's what you see. You see a 16-fader console, or even for that matter, 16-fader control surface. So what the Matrix is, it boils down to three key components. It is first and foremost an SSL super analog console. It is a 16 by 16 SSL console with insert points. When you actually add up all of the available analog inputs on the console, it's actually a 48 input console.
Really?
And most people don't see that right away, but because of the way we've designed consoles in the past, we figured out how to squeeze a lot of power out of this board. So one way, for example, is to have dual input design.
So pulls from the 4000 and
yeah, exactly. The other part of the console is it's a full control surface. So by flipping it to this layer, you're in the control surface layer, and it's actually a 4 workstation control surface layer. So you can not only work with the control surface you normally work within, but if you work with something like a sidecar style product like Reason, a lot of people incorporate that into their main workstation. But ironically, almost all control surfaces ignore the capability of that software. Absolutely. So we just simply assign a layer to it and flip right over to it. So we can do that with up to 4 pieces of software.
On how many computers?
On up to 4 computers, because it all works via Ethernet. Yeah.
So like myself, I have a Pro Tools rig, I run Reason. If I have a producer come in who wants to bring his laptop in with Logic, I can interface all of that, multiple computers, multiple softwares, and address all of it from one station.
And without rebooting, more importantly. And the last aspect, which is probably one of the most unique aspects, is the router. The Matrix has an amazing feature called the Matrix Router that allows me to manipulate my outboard gear like I would manipulate plugins.
So then why would someone choose this console over an AWS 900 that has mic pre's, EQ, some dynamics? When is the Matrix a better choice?
Well, it's a different choice. The past several years, a lot of people have rediscovered analog outboard gear. You guys know this very, very well. And what has happened is people started to create their own recipe of different outboard gear that, fundamentally, for lack of a better word, defines who they are. It defines their sound.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is a very unorthodox way of building a console, but we knew that a lot of our customers today are working with choice of outboard gear, not only ours, but other manufacturers. So the challenge here was to bring in the SSL core sound, super analog design, to an affordable level. So we did that with this console. We made it and designed it with the same circuit design, super analog circuit design that we use with the AWS and the Duality, as a matter of fact, all the way back to the 9000J console.
Right.
So you get the SSL sound out of this board. You have the headroom, you have the clarity. From there, you can bring in your coloration with your outboard gear, whether they be ours or
someone else. So basically, you gave us just the line input that we needed, the aux sends, the routing, and it's up to us to put our favorite mic pre's in, our favorite EQs, and build a channel strip right down the line of exactly what we want, as opposed to just what's available.
Yeah, and make it easy in the process, because it's one thing to say, well, you can bring in outboard gear, but if it's a lot of work to do that, then you defeated the whole purpose. Part of the other aspect of the matrix is to make that whole process not only easy in the board, but easy in the workstation.